from Paducah, Kentucky. It is Tuesday, August 12th. I'm making my way down to Memphis with a load of alloy, taking it down to the steel mill. I was on my way down to Cincinnati yesterday morning to get a load of urea, fertilizer, to head down to Alabama. When I got the notice from dispatch to stop and head over to near Marietta, Ohio, to a place where you've seen me load this alloy before inside the building with the furnaces. Apparently another Oakley owner-operator broke down and they needed me to go over there and grab this, kind of like a rescue, before they closed, and bring it down here, which is fine. We can get done here, get this load off, get it squared away, and see what we have next and get down the road. Let's get at it. Okay, so we're here in the back and we are going to be delivering in that bay right there with this alloy. So I'm going to go ahead and get some things set up, and maybe I can get some footage here that'll be decent, since there's nobody back here really rushing me or spotting me, which is good. So let's see what we can get done here. Okay, hopefully we have enough battery. We're gonna try to get this one set up in here for you. This is ferro, which is an alloy. I don't know if it's ferrosilicon or ferromanganese. I don't know, I'm not a scientist and I don't care. But that's what it looks like. And that's going into that bin right over there. So we're gonna get this set up. I put this up on the bow is where it goes. It's like a clamp mount. So if you guys are wondering where this footage comes from, it's that right there. Let's get this put in. There we go. All right. Metro Perrysburg, Ohio. I'm gonna hop out here and step out at the Peterbilt Studios for a second. Let me wipe off this lens. There you go. Looking awful dusty. I just put together some numbers, and I want to go over them with you. Try to get away from this APU, but truck and trailer just delivered a load of dirty rock up to Kalamazoo, Michigan, and they were building a golf course. Not renovating, not redoing, like literally from raw earth, building a golf course. And I don't know if you guys can see, but you see this red dirt and mud that's all over everything. I've got to get this thing washed out. That's all up on the inside. But anyhow, but Blue Beacon over the way is backed up to the road, so I'm not going to get the truck and trailer washed till in the morning, or I may just do it at home. I bought a portable 40-gallon tank and an electric pressure washer. I have my generator, a portable generator, where I can actually wash the truck at home now where I park it, but I'm going to start doing that, save some money. And if I wash the trailer or wash it out, I promise you I'm going to get reimbursed for that. So, because if they're going to pay Blue Beacon across the street, they're going to pay me, but I'll charge them less. But anyhow, numbers right here on the bottom. Excuse me. I put together my numbers for the last month and a half to try to get a good average of how, you know, things have been back to the beginning of July, basically. I was pretty impressed, so I'm going to go over that here with you guys, because everybody likes to know how we're doing. And here's my disclaimer. You know, there's a lot of you guys out there that think that this amount's terrible, that amount's this and that. You know, we all have an opinion. If you're at your job and you're making that much more than us here at Oakley, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. I don't begrudge you for that, but I also don't need to hear a bunch of BS comments about this or that. So it is what it is. And if you're at a company job, I highly doubt you're making more than us, unless you're rolling for UPS with the rate that they're getting now. But if you're rolling for UPS, good luck with that. I took 3 calls this week from UPS guys that are considering leaving UPS because of the massive cuts that are coming and the buyouts. And they gave that big fat contract, and now they're cutting jobs. So anyhow, I feel for those guys. I hope it doesn't affect too many, but it looks like it is. I think, what, over 20-some thousand or more? But anyhow, so here we go. The last 6 weeks. The last 6 weeks, I had 15,022 miles. That came up to an average of 2,504 miles per week over 6 weeks. So 15022 total, with an average of 2504. My gross money was $34,782. Oakley takes out $308 a week for their base plate, my truck insurance, my pre-pass, my e-logs, anything Oakley related, including my truck insurance, is $308 a week. So I multiplied that by 6, and that came up to $1,848. My fuel, at an average of 6 miles per gallon, at $3 a gallon on average for the price, came up to $7,511. So you take $34,782, you subtract the fuel and Oakley expenses, and you come up with a net of $25,423 over the last 6 weeks. Excuse me, for a weekly average of $4,237. That's what I've done for the last 6 weeks in End Dump here at Oakley. All right, I'll turn this way. Maybe it's a little bit easier. Besides, shameless plug for Oakley. So, $4,237 weekly average pay, 2,504 miles, weekly average miles. That's over the last 6 weeks. So, not too bad. I'll take it all day long. One thing you guys need to keep in mind with that is that I'm going home every weekend. I had a couple of 3-day weekends in there. I had a 4-day work week in there because of physical therapy on Mondays every 2 to 3 weeks. I take my time off. And by the way, when I go home for the weekend, I don't get home Saturday morning and then leave out Sunday afternoon. Those are full weekends off. Right now I'm here at the Petro because I have to do a 10-hour break to get home. It's just the way it bounced. I'm about an hour and a half short of drive time to get home. I have plenty on my 70, but I'm an hour and a half short on my drive time to make it to the house. So I'm just going to shut down for a 10 and then get up and head in early tomorrow morning. I take off full weekends. I'm generally home midday on Friday, and I leave out Monday morning. So these numbers are from Monday morning to midday Friday on average. So when you guys say, well, yeah, you know, I had one guy, Prime Incorporated's making that. I don't want to hear it. Don't give me that crap. Those guys are staying out 8 weeks at a time to barely scratch the surface of what we're doing. You know, are there companies out there that are paying better for their, owner-operators? Maybe there are. Maybe there are. I hope it's a great company. I hope you're getting everything you need, but you need to compare apples to oranges and make sure that your compensation package is what you want and that it's the type of work that you're doing that you want to do. So, anyhow, for whatever it's worth. But at Oakley, that's how I've been doing here the last few weeks. I'm grateful. If you guys are interested in Oakley, Jimmysroadlyfe, Lyfe @gmail.com. Be happy to help you. That goes a pretty Peterbilt right there. That's sharp. Covered wagon, purple. Jimmysroadlyfe, Lyfe @gmail.com if you're interested in Oakley. And something for you guys to keep in mind. Okay, the Bible calls on us to be good stewards of the resources that Christ has given us. Make sure that you're saving and spending wisely. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've built up some debt that I have to get paid off over the next few months. And I've been a little bit reckless this summer. So that needs to get corrected, and we are. My family's course correcting on that, and we're getting it knocked out. But remember, when you're given these resources, God calls on you to be good stewards, to give, to help, and to not be a slave to the lender, which is very hard to do when these things right here cost over $200,000. You're going to have a lender involved. I could almost guarantee it, but we're doing our best with that. So I just wanted to go over some of this with you guys. Hope you're having the best day of your life. God bless you. If you're interested in Oakley, reach out to me. Happy to help. Jimmysroadlyfe, Lyfe @gmail.com.